Hi everyone, it is Evan here from the Trade Risk on Wednesday, June 10th. We are intraday right now, and this is our weekly swing trade ideas video where we bring you some of the names from our watch list, stocks that are holding up well, showing some relative strength, and ideally are not yet too extended in their moves. As always, these videos are powered by our partners over at Investors Business Daily. We curate ideas from their stock lists. You can get access to their stock lists with a link in the description of this video. So we're looking at 4 names today. We have 2 from IBD's watch list. We have 2 from our TR150's watch list. And we're going to jump right into the first name here. It is CHGG. This is one that I don't think we've highlighted in the videos on these trade idea videos in the past. This is a name though that I did post on social about a week ago, looking for this consolidation to start to happen, to get interested in something that had a tremendous move in a very short amount of time. So if we look here, really back in March when it bottomed out, kind of when the market was selling off, we were trading in the upper 20s, right around 30 to upper 20s or so. And you can see here we've basically doubled, a little bit more than doubled, in fact, in just about 2 months. So an extraordinarily fast, sharp move. It's a $7 billion, $7 billion company. So it's not it's not an insignificant nano cap stock. It's something that has some size behind it. But if we look back here at the longer term trend, you can see nice orderly up and to the right. And when we look here, we have this huge gap, of course, from Tuesday, the 5th of May. And so basically what we're looking for here is just this consolidation, this kind of working off the extreme move that we saw over the past 3 months to take place. And I think we're starting to see that now. We've had a nice perk up move here, clearing above the past 2-3 day highs. I think in the when I first posted this idea, it said in the mid 50s or so is a reasonable pullback here. It would certainly be a pullback of strength, but it would be almost 20% off of the highs. So we're almost got there. We got around $56 or so. We're starting to perk up now. Not sure if the consolidation's over yet, but it's basically just a watch list candidate for me. Ideally, the bulls can just hang on to this gap here. Logical spot, if you want to trade against some level here, you have the upper, you have this open gap here from the 5th. So if you're looking to trade against potentially a gap fill or essentially support into this gap, rather looking for upside continuation, I think that makes sense. But looking at this here for this consolidation to take place, and if we start clearing back over this trend line, or say if you want to be a little more conservative, back over the 64, 65 area, that makes sense here for CHGG. Something to pay attention to. Very strong stock, and it is consolidating. Number 2 here from IBD's watch list is Sprouts. So SFM, something I don't think we've talked about here in the video either. Getting some nice consolidation here. Basically, again, we look at the rip that it's had off of these March lows. It's another extraordinary mover here. Tons of momentum, 100% move in just 3 months' times. When you see something like that, you certainly want to pay attention to it for its potential future leadership status. But you also want to wait for some consolidation. You want to wait for that lower risk entry. Otherwise, you have to play with some very, very tight stops. But I think we're starting to get that here as well in SFM. You can see it's basically gone totally sideways here over the past month. And notice we're not giving much back in terms of price. We're actually just moving sideways here. So I like the orderly consolidation. If I zoom out a little bit here, I don't like all of this left-hand supply here. So when we kind of get back into this area, I generally don't like when there's a tremendous amount of supply traded in this zone here from years prior. But the fact that we're kind of at the upper end of the bulk of it here, in other words, if we start to break out over $26, then everyone that was transacting in here are going to be pretty happy shareholders at that point. So could get a nice continued lift if we start to move above there. But let's just be cautious, a little bit more conservative here, because if we do start to roll over, it becomes much less attractive, just given the fact that all of that supply has been traded at the upper end around $25. Excuse me. So SFM, that's number 2 here. Nice consolidation to pay attention to. Good watch list candidate. Again, neither of these two names I don't think are ready at the time of recording this. Now, if we go to the 2 watch list names from the TR150 watch list, XLRN. This is a biotech name here. Again, if we zoom out first and foremost, you can see just the strong uptrend that has really taken place in 2020, certainly accelerating to the upside. It debuted back here in 2014 or so. Let's just double check that. Yeah, this was, looks like late 2013 was the IPO, but essentially it went flat for about 3 years, did nothing, started to lift up and attempt to make a move here in 2019, and then it really saw its acceleration earlier this year. You can see trading just under its all-time highs. It's put in some nice consolidation here again, and you can see it's starting to perk up now over these past 3 trading sessions. So XLRN, healthcare, biotech, it's been really strong recently. Like the consolidation here, this is certainly something I'd be paying attention to. Again, if you're more conservative, you're just waiting for a clear to new highs here over 106. Maybe you're starting to get interested in it now, the fact that it's starting to break through some of this recent downtrend line. So a couple of ways to play it, but for now, kind of wait and see and starting to act a little bit better. Last but not least, from our watch list is CNC, another healthcare play. This is one, again, that is consolidated nicely here. The theme really this week and always in these videos are to try and find stocks that are in uptrends, that have some type of leadership status to them, and that are actionable in the sense that they have moved sideways. They haven't, they haven't just run 14 days in a row to the upside like a Microsoft right now or most of the Qs, and trying to find something that has put in some of that sideways consolidation. What I like here about CNC here is if you look on a weekly chart, you can see it's actually kind of getting back up to the all-time high territories of 2018. So for longer term, maybe trend followers or position traders or investors that like this particular name, over $70, you're starting to get the technicals lined up here in a very long-term uptrend type of play, and I think that's pretty interesting here. CNC, like it either at the bottom end of this range or again, breakout momentum over $70 or so starts to make a whole lot of sense. It's the name that our current strategy Merlin is looking very closely at right now, and has close to sort of getting signals to purchase. So that's it. Those are the 4 trading ideas from today's video. Again, make sure you do your homework on them. Make sure this fits the market context. We talked a lot about the market in yesterday's video. So if you want to hear our thoughts on kind of where we think the risks are, opportunities are in the current stock market, watch yesterday's video. Otherwise, thanks so much for tuning in and listening to this one. Every Wednesday, trade ideas just like this. You can subscribe on our YouTube channel or follow us at The Trade Risk. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you back here on Friday for the weekly market recap.